student, and my company is called Stressless. And Stressless makes virtual reality games, which has embedded within it neurotherapies for managing chronic pain. So a patient plays a game, gets pain management, and keeps away from medication. That's the mission. So my journey starts in year 1 of my PhD, which is when I really decided that I want to follow this path. During this time, the call for Ignition Award came up. And I got excited. I thought £2,000 to test out my idea. I left out a week to apply. But unfortunately, the same week, my grandfather died. This was a very influential and impactful grandfather in my life because he was very entrepreneurial himself, never retired, set up a palliative care, 80 years old, very energetic person. So I thought I would not too depressed, I will leave it for next year. But just the night before the deadline, I started picturing how my grandfather would have approached this. And I could clearly imagine my grandfather telling me to get up and apply for it regardless of the outcome. That was his attitude. So I stayed up the whole night, wrote up the application. 5 minutes before the deadline, I gave it in. Guess what happened? I did not get it. So not a dramatic story. So fast forward a few months, summer came. I got introduced to virtual reality, was amazed by the immersive experiences. And I told myself, I'm going to learn how to make these apps and release one before summer ends. And I did exactly that, but just before when I was about to release it, I came to find out that I could not engage in any form of business activity with my student visa. So that project went down the bin as well. Now year 2 came, and the second call for the Ignition Award came on. And now I applied again, and this time I did get it. So I got £2,000 in my hands, and during this time I also went through the roadmap program, where I learned essential business skills, like how to write up a business plan, the business model canvas, and pitching, which is very useful. So now with £2,000, I started building my prototype by myself, using the skills I gained through the field experience during summer. And with the business skills I got a business plan ready. So with these two things, I started applying for competitions. First one, applied for the exposure competition by Manchester entrepreneurs, came in the finalist top 10. Then I applied for Venture Further by the MEC, and again came in the finalist top 4. And this brings me to the present. So what am I doing now? Right now I'm working on my second prototype after getting feedback from clinicians and students on the first. And with this, I'm trying to validate the idea from 3 different angles. One, with the patients. Access to chronic pain patients is hard, but we got a workshop with 8 patients confirmed with our clinical collaborators this September. So this will be the first time we'll be giving this out to patients. And on the second line of things, we'll be traveling around the UK and to the US using the R2I grant to talk to clinicians and hospitals to get an idea on their pain points with regards to treating chronic pain. And thirdly, we're starting something different, an online campaign to build up our brand and of managing pain without medications. So we'll be making short 60-second animation on how to manage pain and release them. And to do this, we got Nathan Newman, who has years of experience in working in marketing, and also with 200 million views for his ads so far. So we're trying to build up a brand online during this time as well. So patients, hospitals, and online branding. With these 3 things, I hope to be in a strong position by the end of my PhD in a year's time to raise our first seed funding with 3 different sources of validation. And this brings me to my ask. And I'm asking you for 2 different things. If you know anyone, firstly for our team, if you know anyone who has expertise in navigating the healthcare sector and introducing a technology there, please let me know. And 2, if you know any hospitals or clinicians who would be willing to trial or pilot this technology out, again, please let me know. Thank you.